Welcome to HitPointsGaming. I'm Andrea, this is Corey, and today we're going to be playing House of Danger.
Choose Your Own Adventure. Published by Z-Man Games. For those of you who remember, this was a book series when you were younger and you flipped through the different pages. You didn't do any of those in class, in school?
I did Choose Your Own Adventures. Were they called House of Danger?
Oh, this is just one of them.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely did Choose Your Own Adventure.
Yeah, I was the kid who couldn't read really well in class. So when you had to pick a book and read it during school, I just actually picked these.
Makes
I had
sense.
like a Mario one that I would go through, and everyone would be reading all these great novels, and I would be like flipping through, doing puzzles, and
look at you today.
That's where I get you today, kids. Playing games on YouTube. All right, so not many rules to this game. I didn't look anything up. I don't know what to expect.
Oh, okay, we're going in blind. House of Danger, that makes sense.
It's 5 episodes long, or 5 chapters. I figure we'll do an episode for each chapter. They say it's about an hour long, so let's see how true that is.
Okay.
All right. Let me just read you the story, the intro. Now, look at this. Look at that. That looks like a dangerous instructions guide. There's 2 pups coming out.
Enter with caution.
There you go. All
Proceed with caution.
So here's the object of the game. You are an inspiring detective and psychic investigator. For weeks, you have experienced recurring nightmares that you sense might be important. Your mission is to get to the bottom of these visions. You will decide how to move through the story as a group. The story is divided into 5 chapters, each of which we played in a single session. Oh, look, they already have this mapped out for us. That's it.
Yeah, we've been having nightmares in Kingdom Death Monster.
We are. We're towards the very end. I don't want to say what just happened, but we're wrapping that up soon. We figured we'd start something else in the meantime.
And it would be great if we could continue to get that dreams card in the settlement phase, where you have the dream and then you pick what it is. And
I don't know where you're going with that.
Great.
Okay.
Nightmares, dreams.
Let's get back to this game. All right, not Kingdom Death for a change. All right, so we start with this psychic scale right here. So apparently this levels up. I have no idea how. I'm assuming it's going to tell us. But the stronger this goes, the more psychic ability comes into play. Whatever, it starts here. And then this little cube here, our danger meter starts at the very bottom. So whenever we have to perform a test, we roll a die. We need to achieve, right now, a 3 or higher to pass. Okay? If this ever goes above the danger meter, like if we fail, this goes up here, then our psychic meter goes down by 2. That's it. And then we have different items that we
Starter kits.
Start the game with. So, let me ask you this.
You're asking me or them?
I'm asking you because they can't answer me right now.
Oh, okay.
All right. If you were going to go to this house that you're having visions about, okay,
I would probably take some mace.
what 2 items would you bring?
I would bring pepper spray.
Okay.
And I would bring a flashlight.
You know what? I think I agree with you with the flashlight at least.
Would I bring a knife? I don't own a gun.
Right.
So
I'm
if I
not
owned
gonna
a gun, I would bring a gun.
Through all this, like,
A baseball bat?
a baseball bat might be pretty
Maybe
good, pretty
instead of
clunky, pretty
pepper
heavy.
spray.
So we are gonna bring today a knife.
Oh, a pocket knife.
Pocket knife.
Okay, so
Like, that's something we have. I think that's a better thing to bring. So you see here, we keep this item, and if we ever wanted to do a punching skill, we get to add +1 to it.
okay.
And a bottle of water. Because we might get thirsty. Right? Remove this at any
maybe
time.
if there was like a witch and I needed to throw water on her.
No, we're just thirsty. We don't know how long we're going to be out.
Okay, well, I'm a camel, okay? So I don't need this water.
This is for
you
me.
can carry the water, I'll carry
Discard
the
this at any time to lower the damage meter by 3. All right.
Okay, so we're like,
so
I get
those
it.
are 2 starting items. So the only other thing in the rule book that they tell us is on the flip side of this, apparently is an image. It's our premonition. This is our visions that have been coming to us. So we have I think they say we have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to look at the other side of that. That's going to hint and give us clues of what we are going to need to...
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
For 2 minutes, everybody's going to look at this? That's boring.
Well, apparently it's pretty important. So we're gonna talk about all the things.
Okay. So do you want to do like the top half and I do the bottom half?
It's really not that big of a card. All right.
Okay, flip it.
Let's see. Here we go. Oh my goodness. All right. So we've got
an orange frog.
How about you start in the bottom?
Yeah, that's what I said.
We got a guy
wearing an apron
with it looks like a spider web, and to me that looks like either potions with blue stuff in it, slime, video cameras watching us. Ooh, a green light on the right hand side.
These are like school lockers or gym lockers.
They are lockers. You're right.
And then the big thing is the lock that you turn.
Third number.
And then it looks like a building, maybe that the lockers are housed in.
Okay, ice cube.
A whirlpool with a sword.
Orange frog. What is that? Is that a kitchen sink?
A kitchen sink and a black garbage bag. Maybe like some pipes.
Like a gasoline can.
A deflated bike tire. Maybe an old television set. Some cardboard boxes. Cardboard boxes.
We're throwing out garbage.
Garbage.
What?
I kind of want to look at these. Are these like... that looks like a horse's head.
Wow, really?
On top. Like, you know, those bookends that you have with the horses?
Oh, yeah. Maybe a horse head with, like, red evil eyes.
Maybe. So there's, like, smoke. Oh. Smoke, a guy wearing it with puffy sleeves.
Magician.
With white hair, so he's older. Or he's magic.
He's magic?
Yeah,
Instead of being old, he's magic?
Well, I don't know. Like, the magic could turn his hair white or something. And he's got an apron and puffy sleeves. Or is that, like, gloves over top?
I think it's gloves for him to, like...
concoct things.
Concocting gloves.
So we've got
Whirlpool.
2 reds and a yellow kind of...
That's green, I think. Our vision
That's
has faded. That's 2 minutes.
Oh, that went pretty fast, actually. Okay.
All right. I hope...
Can I read the first card?
Wow. All right. So, this card always goes on top to protect the next card. So the first one is the grounds.
What's this?
Items, maybe.
Okay. The grounds. Chapter 1. It's a Tuesday morning in late June, and you wake up in a cold sweat. The nightmares came again last night. Even though you're an inspiring detective and psychic investigator, you haven't been able to make a sense of the haunting dreams you've had these past few weeks. In your dreams, you keep seeing the same spooky house. You're still shivering under the covers when you hear the phone ring downstairs in your basement, where you have your combination office and research laboratory.
Okay.
You dash down to the lab to answer it. I need, a weak voice says when you pick up the receiver. I need your help. You hear a loud click and the phone goes dead. But you were prepared. While the caller was talking, you activated your high-speed telephone tracing device.
Of course I did.
Good job.
Thank you.
It instantly displays the caller's number, 555-7259. You call back the number right away, but there's no answer. After consulting the tall stack of reverse phone books behind your desk... What's a reverse phone books?
It's phone books that, instead of being in alphabetical order, they're in numerical sequence from 9 to 1.
That's a lie. You have no idea.
Look it up.
You are disappointed to learn the number is unlisted.
I told you I couldn't find it.
Okay. You sense that the phone call is somehow related to your nightmares. Later, while at the Hedgebrook police station to return a night scope you borrowed for a recent stakeout, you describe the mysterious phone call and...
the phone number.
Continued on story card 1. You your reoccurring dreams to your friend Sergeant Morrison. The call doesn't sound strange, he said. That call does sound strange, he says. We'll look into it. And about that house in your dreams, a voice says from the hallway. I wonder if you're dreaming about the Marsden house out on Hedgebrook Road.
Oh, who's listening to our conversation?
Detective Murphy sticks his mustache face into the room.
Yo, Murphy.
His mustache. Modern house, ornate gate. That sounds like the Marsden place, all right, says Sergeant Morrison. Strange things are reported to happen out there. Detective Murphy takes a puff on his pipe. That place is haunted, he says. Murphy. I know it sounds unprofessional, but I've had a file on the Marsden house for years, and I'm sure of it. He waves a folder in front of your eyes, and a phone number written on the front jumps out at you. It matches the one from your mysterious phone call. 555-7259.
555.
So the call is related to your nightmares. Your psychic senses were right. Draw clue 26 to discover your goal.
26.
Okay, so I guess we read that now?
Yeah, I'm going to take a look.
Because there's more in this card.
Oh, chapter 1 goal. Get inside the Marsden house. Place this card in the goal slot above the psychic while playing this chapter. Bam. Look at that.
Okay.
Where are you going to sleep?
Back at home, you grab a bottle of water and your trusty pocket knife, preparing for a new investigation. Half an hour later, you stand before the Marsden residence, which appears exactly as it did in your nightmares. The house's futuristic look is a strange contrast to the antiquated appearance of the stone wall and the wrought iron gate, which is locked shut and wrapped in steel chains. Even though the air is balmy, a chill travels down your spine. The gathering clouds on the horizon hint at a brewing summer thunderstorm. Are you ready to choose your own adventure?
I'm ready to choose our adventure.
If you search the wall for a way in, go to story card 13. Or if you climb the gate, go to story card 7.
All right, so you want to...
So the house's futuristic look is a strange contrast to the antiquated appearance of the stone wall and the wrought iron gate, which is locked shut and wrapped in steel chains.
Okay. So we could climb the gate, which I always liked climbing gates as a little kid. I liked climbing fences.
Well, I think that that's the surefire way to go because there's two of us and you could boost me over.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about you, though. I don't know how good you are at climbing over fences. I don't want you to get hurt. I figured if we get up there, we might fall down. But searching the wall, we might find something.
Like a hidden, code or
yeah,
lock
or you press a button.
Okay, so you want to go with the safe way to get in.
Yeah, if I get up there, I don't know. I think.
What are we gonna do? We jump over, then we're trespassing.
Yeah. Exactly. Why are we jumping in right away? Let's scope it out.
Story card 13.
You okay?
Let's search the wall. Absolutely. Safe is because we don't have a flashlight.
That's right.
What are we gonna knock somebody over the head with this water?
That's right. Get this one.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. No, you're fine. All right. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Moving along the mossy stone wall that surrounds the property, you come across a jagged opening created by fallen rocks. It's just big enough for you to squeeze through.
Good thing I didn't have that half-head sundae before I left.
I did. Once on the other side of the wall, you find yourself standing in a cobblestone plaza, surrounded by marble and bronze figures.
This is nice.
Maybe the horse head. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Most of the sculptures depict men gazing off into the distance, as if pondering the deeper meaning of it all. But at the edge of the courtyard, in a monumental statue of a man atop a muscular
horse
steed. You're right. To your right, a stony pathway leads away from the statuary and into a picturesque garden where Topiary bushes have been trimmed into whimsical shapes.
Oh, this is where I want to go.
Oh, look at that!
It's his sword.
Ah, yeah. It's sword. If you inspect the statue of the man on the horse, go to discard 4. If you walk towards the bushes, well, we saw that sword. I think we should look at the sword, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Even though I really want to go to the garden.
I'm not going to the garden. That's creepiness. Get that
The
sword.
horseman is a dashing, bearded Civil War soldier, his bronze face stoic. He holds out a cavalry saber toward the brooding sky. The sword's edge glints in the weak sunlight that penetrates the thickening clouds above. The sword looks almost new. At the base of the statue is a plaque that proclaims this as a memorial to Henry Marsden. The plaque reads, Henry Marsden, born 1839, died 1887. General in the Union Army during the Civil War. Severely wounded at the Battle of Shiloh in 1862. Appointed warden of Hedgebrook Prison in 1880. To your left is the entrance to a hedge maze. To your right is a graying picket fence with a rickety wooden gate. You can see 2 stone angel statues, and beyond them, a cemetery. Optional challenge.
I hope if it's get the sword, we're going for it.
Search the monument's base, or climb the statue to examine the saber.
Saber, right? Does it say what we need?
Yes, so,
why don't we put it down? So
climb the statue.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So right now, our damage is 3.
Check?
It's 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And if we had any equipment to help us in either of these cases,
which we don't.
Right. I say let's go for the climb.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you do it.
No, you like to climb. You just said so.
I did say that. All right.
Okay, so we have to add to it?
Nope.
No.
Do we have any? Is the water gonna help us climb?
No. What's it? We gotta roll higher than a 3?
3 or higher.
Okay. Yes.
3.
3.
Optional challenge.
So we win.
Yes.
Draw clue 2. Okay, what's it say?
The cavalry
Oh,
saber.
we get to take it with us?
The saber comes loose in your hands. It's heavy and quite sharp. Your psychic senses tell you this is an important item. Keep this item. Move forward 2 spaces on the psychic scale. Okay. Finish story card 4.
Okay, so if you remember, we have a choice to make. We can enter the hedge maze, or we can visit the cemetery. Hedge maze, to the right is a gravelly picket fence with a rickety wooden gate. Unfortunately, I don't remember either of those things as pieces of the dream.
I don't. I'm just kind of going by the cover of the box.
And I know that you love hedge mazes.
Yeah, but not when they have creepy monsters in it.
Oh, okay. So we're going to go to the right where there's a graying picket fence and a gate towards the cemetery. Maybe we'll get to see who else is in the Marsden family.
At least we won't get lost.
Yeah.
And I've got the sword.
Yeah.
All right, going to the right.
So visit the cemetery, go to story card 21.
Passing between a pair of stone angels, you enter an old family cemetery. There's a marble mausoleum in the center of the cemetery. A short set of stairs lead into a shadowy interior.
Okay.
Next to where you stand, a freshly dug grave yawns in a pale sunlight. It's unsettling to think of climbing into it, but you see... I just want to point out...
No.
I just want to point out we brought some water. And you're thirsty. You're drinking juice, see? You got upset that I brought this bottle of water, but you're already thirsty. I wish I had a...
I just want to tell you, I do not want to get into the open dug grave. So you don't even need to finish reading this card.
It's unsettling to think of climbing into it, but you see something shiny embedded in the dirt walls.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Look at this picture right here. Okay. If you enter the mausoleum, go to story card 5. If you climb into the open grave, go to story card 16. Alright. Well.
Did we see anything shiny in our dream? No.
That button, but that doesn't help. The mausoleum, well, it doesn't look so big, but we don't have a flashlight.
It's going to be whoever the head of the Marsden family is buried there.
In the mausoleum. A freshly dug grave.
So maybe it's this guy.
I don't really...
What's on the horse that's buried there.
I'm not a fan of jumping down into a grave.
Yeah, I already said that.
Even though we look around and we don't see anything. It's not like we go down there and then...
I'm sorry. If it's freshly dug, someone's got to be around somewhere.
Okay, what's your psychic sense tell us? Not to go down into the grave.
Well...
That's pretty common. That's a pretty common sense move. Not to go down into the grave.
I know, but like, of course, we want to do the best investigation possible.
I don't know. Shiny could just be like, ooh, come down here. And we're like, oh, great, it's a coin. And then there's dirt on top of it.
Okay, mausoleum. Story card 5.
Wow.
Wow, what? Isn't that what you
We're working
wanted?
really well together.
The mausoleum interior feels musty and cool.
Did you just look at the back real quick of that card?
Yeah, I did. Something is dripping from the ceiling and landing in the corner with a plink, which is odd, given that it hasn't started raining yet. You also notice the mausoleum is bigger on the inside than the outside suggested. A stone sarcophagus lies before you in the center of the chamber with the word Marsden carved into it. It appears that others have been in the mausoleum recently. There's a freshly dug pit to the side of the sarcophagus, and an elaborate tunnel has been dug into the ground beside the nearby wall. You can see the tunnel is lined with cement. Optional challenge. We can either search around the sarcophagus, or we could remove the stone lid of the sarcophagus. So it's either eyeball or strength, and we don't have either. Honestly, I'm not removing any lids of dead people's remains.
All right. So then
So we could search around the sarcophagus.
Search around. Searching. What do we find?
Draw clue 23.
Oh my goodness, it's a large wooden dowel. You find a large wooden dowel. Your psychic senses tell you this is something important. Keep this item. Move forward one space on the psychic scale. Wow, we are now in the level 2 range. This helps with strength in case we wanted to pry this open.
Okay, so if we're going to climb into the pit,
I wonder if we could now do the opening the sarcophagus.
Oh, are they both optional challenges?
Probably.
It's not one or the other.
No.
Oh, you're right.
So what was... I'm going to go back to just to make sure. Search the monument's base and climb the statue. I think you could do both.
Oh. So now we want to remove the lid.
I kind of want to go back and search the base of the monument now that we know that there's two options.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Just do we have to look up and see if it's...
Let me check.
So while you're checking, I'll reread what we have to do. Others have been in the mausoleum recently. There's a freshly dug pit to the side of the sarcophagus, and an elaborate tunnel has been dug into the ground beside the nearby wall. We can see that the tunnel is lined with cement.
Yes, you can do both.
Okay, so we'll go back to the base of the monument.
We're just going to run back real quick, only because we're not sure.
Right.
Go back to the base of the monument.
Okay.
And we're just going to look around.
Sure.
So if we fail, this is how we raise the danger meter up by 1. But it still would have been a 3 no matter what.
Okay.
So you're okay with going back and... Before we look around in this sarcophagus anymore, we're just going to run back.
Yeah.
Look to see if anyone's...
Hey, what about... We should probably check the base of the monument.
Right. We got so excited from the saber.
No. Yeah. Oh, good. Great. Clue what?
18. What's on that?
Bonus story choice. When you inadvertently press a hidden switch, the statue slides to one side, revealing a cement passage. Place the new story choice below at the bottom of story card 4. The option may be considered when you are ready to make your story choice.
Oh, okay. So it could go here. You can enter the hedge maze, you can visit the cemetery, or if you want to see where the hidden passage leads, go to story card 28. Okay, well, we're going to say we didn't go down that passage.
Yes, we're going to go the way that we're...
Yeah, but that makes sense. We realized that can happen, but we went to the cemetery
inside the
instead.
mausoleum.
Okay, so now we've got the option
So
if we want.
I think that tunnel is leading to... Is this tunnel?
You travel through the tunnel. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I say we go into the tunnel.
Okay.
Oh no, we have to. I'm sorry, we have to test to get the.
Well, that's the thing. Do you want to open the sarcophagus? I don't. I'm still fine with not. I'm still fine with not opening this.
Okay. We can leave it closed.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's choose your own adventure.
Yeah, let's leave it closed. That's creepy.
It's creepy.
I don't want to disrespect the Marsden family.
Okay. So we are going to...
Plus, I don't know if these will get us open.
Excuse me? I've got this large wooden dowel
You're
here.
right. You got a bottle of water,
Alright,
too.
so if you travel through the tunnel,
Yeah.
28.
Yeah. Our shoes are squeaking as we're walking.
You creep through the darkness and find the cement walls end as natural stone and earth begin. Occasional vents to the surface let in just barely enough light to see by.
See, we don't need a flashlight.
That's right. Ahead, you glimpse the warm firelight of torches. Did we see any torches? You come to a fork in the tunnel, lit by the dancing flames. One tunnel descends deeper and is half filled with water. You could swim through it, but you can't see where the tunnel leads or how far it goes. Another tunnel looks partially caved in. Tiny clumps of earth periodically fall from the ceiling as you approach this tunnel, and several of the supports that hold the wall up have gaping cracks in them. Oh boy. That's what it looks like. If you dive into the water-filled tunnel, story 26. If you explore the partially collapsed tunnel, 16.
At first, I was like, there's no way I'm going in the water tunnel. But I'm a pretty strong swimmer. You're not.
Excuse me?
You're not.
I was on the swim team in high school.
Really? How many practices did you go to?
1. And then I realized I'm not getting in this cold water at 5:30 in the morning and then go to school?
Well,
no thanks.
I just swam for 45 minutes 3 hours ago, so...
Was it cold?
Well, yeah, it was cold. But it felt good because it's July. So, I don't know. So you'll go into the water with me?
I'll definitely go into the water rather than... collapse in this tunnel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we're in an episode of Stranger Things. Mustering all the courage you can, you dive into the watery tunnel. There is just enough room in the tunnel above the water for you to lift your head between strokes and take a breath. Okay, well that's not what the card said.
That's not what this card said, because I...
Flip it over. It said there's a little bit of water.
Yeah, I didn't know it was like this.
Half filled with water is not like that.
No.
Eventually, the tunnel drops lower and lower until it's completely submerged underwater. You hold your breath, dive down, and look around. After about 30 feet, the tunnel opens to a bigger
Whoa.
body of water,
Whoa, we just dove down 30 feet?
a pond or pool, with sunlight beaming into it. You pop up for air.
Okay.
Well, I've come this far, you think. You're ready to chance it. You take a deep breath and dive back down. You get 10 feet in, 15 feet in, 25 feet in. Just as you're about to exit the underwater tunnel, something tugs on your leg. You can't tell if it's an animal or if you're caught in an underwater vine.
I'm going to take this sword and slash what's ever behind me.
Required challenge. Fight to escape. With the fist.
Okay, well, right now our damage meter is a 3. So if we just use our pocket knife, we're in the clear. If we roll the 1, it's a failure. So at least let's use our pocket knife for this.
Okay.
All right? You're the good swimmer, so you're the one.
I don't understand what I'm doing now with the
So
pocket
you're just
knife.
going to roll the die.
And add 1 to it?
Yes. Right? You're turning around. You're going to slash what's ever tugging on your leg. I don't know what you just cut through, but it doesn't exist anymore.
Told you I was good at swimming.
Clue 20. And apparently stabbing things, too. What did you just cut? First of all, we dove down 30 feet. I have trouble diving down 9 feet in a pool.
I know you do. The thing, whatever it is, wraps more tightly around your leg. It's pulling you down. Wait, I thought we won. Another tendril or tentacle slides around your neck. You pry it off, and with the last of your strength, you give a powerful kick and you're free. Just like that, the thing is gone. You emerge into a swimming pool with a lush pool house next to it. Lower the danger meter by 2 and go to story card 23.
Okay. Just put this card's over here. 23, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's obvious that nobody has cleaned the pool in ages. Ooh. You know, this definitely was not like the water that we thought we were jumping into.
No.
Right? Okay. The water is a murky green, and the surface is littered with leaves and branches. Ripples pulse outward from the center of the pool. Out of nowhere, you hear a commotion. You look around and wonder if it's coming from inside the pool house nearby. Then you see movement on top of the gazebo in the distance. Someone or something is engaged in a struggle up there. Maybe they need your help.
Gazebo.
Then, again, if you offer assistance, you might up needing help yourself. Optional challenge. Investigate the ripples in the pool.
With an eyeball?
So what did we say? Did we say there's ripples in the pool? Ripples pulse outward from the center of the pool. Then we could go to the pool house, or if you go straight to the action at the gazebo. So the gazebo is where we see all the commotion.
Mm-hmm.
Or we go to the pool house is where we heard people.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's really engaged in a struggle up there. Well, are we going to investigate the ripples in the pool?
I don't need to.
No?
Unless you do. I'll be okay if you want to. Like, what would we actually find in the pool? The filter?
Right? It's just
What's making the ripples? A frog? An orange frog?
It could be an orange frog.
Roll it up.
Search for it. I'll search for it. You cut the thing, right? You cut the thing, right?
I did, yeah.
Get me that.
Get me
Get
that
frog.
frog.
Clue 8. That ribbit. Ribbit up. Ribbited is not a ribbit.
Well, it's words.
It's words, you're right. You walk down the steps into the water and see what's making the waves. A strange
I thought we were in the water.
Yeah, I'm so confused.
Oh, the whirling.
Oh, so glad we did that.
Okay.
Yeah, so glad we did that.
Wow, we already forgot about the picture.
My psychic senses are off the chart.
No, didn't.
Into the waves and see what's making the waves a strange whirling metal sphere, slightly bigger than a softball. You impulsively grab it. The sphere vibrates in your hand. There are 2 buttons on it. You press one. Wait, it didn't ask me if I wanted to press any buttons.
No.
Nothing happens. You press the other button. The sphere continues to vibrate. Instinctively, you press both buttons at the same time. The sphere stops moving and begins to glow. Draw clue 21. What? The whirling metal sphere. Your psychic senses tell you that this item is important. Keep this item. Move forward 3 spaces on the psychic scale. Nice job. The whirling sphere.
So now we have 2 things from the dream.
2 things from the dream.
Yeah, the sword and the whirl. The swirl.
Oh, the dream.
Yeah, what'd you think I said?
The drain.
Oh, the dream.
What are you talking about? Alright, so struggling at the gazebo or the commotion?
That's the same thing. Oh, the commotion is the pool house.
Commotion's the pool house. Struggling. We're like, oh, you're struggling up there, but let me go check out this rippling first. And then start pressing buttons as this person's like yelling for help.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to charge in there with that sword and help who's ever struggling.
Oh, okay, good. We're going to go to the gazebo.
Okay. Or no. We're not going to the gazebo. You start walking
you
off.
want to go to the pool house?
You start walking. No. Wait, yeah, the gazebo. We're both lost. I'm like, no, we're going to go help this person in the pool house. Gazebo. We're going to the gazebo.
Out of nowhere, you hear a commotion. You look around and wonder if it's coming from the pool house.
No.
But then you see movement on top of the gazebo in the distance.
What number are we going to?
The gazebo?
Yes.
9.
I'm so glad you made that decision.
You sprint to the gazebo, practically pushed along by the winds that are picking up. A light sprinkling of rain spatters the ground as you run. You make it to the shelter of the structure, and the mayhem occurring above you on the roof increases in intensity.
Oh.
Who is up there, and what are they doing, you wonder? You notice a driveway about 20 feet away. Premonition. If you are in level 2 or higher on the psychic scale,
We are.
draw clue 27.
Oh, it's raining. Premonition. I've got this vision up. What is this? Let me show everybody else first to see if they have some idea.
It's got to be from the dream. Let me see.
It's a doorknob.
It's a doorknob that's all jiggly.
A jiggly doorknob?
Like, oh.
It's like in a dream.
It's like in a dream, yeah. And what is that, like a doorbell?
Oh, like a lock to it?
A lock.
And there's light coming from the outside.
And a keyhole.
I get this premonition by
Okay.
looking at this driveway.
What are our choices?
If you climb to the top of the gazebo, story card 10, if you run to the driveway. Well, this premonition isn't a gazebo or a driveway.
No, we see it on the driveway? Oh, we just notice a driveway. That
We
is
see a
not
driveway,
the
and we're like, okay, that's great, but the struggling
Up
happening
there.
up there.
We gotta climb.
Here's this vision of this wobbly doorknob. Continues to the gazebo. Right?
Mhm,
Why am I
10.
going to go down the driveway now?
I don't know. 10.
Okay. All
Read
right.
it up.
You stand on gazebo's railing, steadying yourself by gripping an ornate post holding on the roof. The rumbling above sounds and feels frightening. What are you getting yourself into? Reluctant to barge into the middle of the situation, you raise yourself just enough to peek and discover that there is no one on the gazebo's roof. The commotion is actually a large satellite dish, broken into 3 pieces. The big, jagged fragments are still connected to the base by wires, and the violent winds are spinning them in a circle with great force. Flailing wildly like an angry octopus, the satellite dish almost hits you in the face. You might be able to grab a piece zooming by. That's when we like peeked over and it's like... Required challenge. Attempt to grab a piece of the satellite dish.
With climbing, we don't have any climbing ability.
I don't think we need it. Not with these skills. Draw clue 22. You hold onto the top of the gazebo with one hand and time your lunge perfectly. You snag a chunk of the whirling satellite dish. The piece appears to be made by hand. An engraving on it reads, Planet of Crystals. What in the world?
Piece of the satellite dish. Your psychic senses
Tell you that this is an important item. You look to your left and see a path to a driveway that might be the front of the house. All right, we wanted to try and get in the house.
Yeah, I know. We were like way just far off in the ground.
We were kind of forgot what our goal was. We were like, let's swim down into the water. Let's search this water. Let's go to the gazebo. Oh, there's a driveway leading to the house. Let's go do this.
Yeah.
You look to your left and see a path to the driveway that might be the front of the house. You jump off the gazebo and run to check it out. Keep this card. Move forward 1 on the psychic scale. Did you do that?
No, not yet.
We're almost at level 3. Go to story card 30. All right. There you go. Oh!
Chapter 1 goal achieved. You appear in a driveway which leads you up to the mansion's entrance. On the door is a plaque that reads Marsden and a large crystal door knocker, which seems newer than everything else on the front of the building. You knock loudly many times, but there is no answer. The storm is really picking up now. You try the doorknob and are surprised to find the door is unlocked. That's creepy.
Of course.
You've been lucky enough so far, but you wonder if you've missed something. Before you enter the house, you look back. You see a few clear paths. One leads to a statuary, another to a small cemetery. Did them both. 2 more paths stretch out toward a watery ditch with a gate and the house's luxurious pool.
Which did that
You
too.
could go back if you want. You could go back to explore if you want. Story return. There are items in this chapter that will be useful later in the story. You can take a risk and go back for any you missed by following the choices below. If you head to the statuary, raise the danger meter by 2. No. If you head to the cemetery, raise the danger meter by 2. Nope. If you head to the ditch, if you head to the pool. Otherwise, you may advance to chapter 2. Keep all inventory items.
I don't think we go back. The only thing we really didn't do was go
The
inside the ditch for that goal thing.
We didn't go down into the grave.
We didn't go into the grave. And
There were 2 ditches. There was one outside the mausoleum, and then there was one inside the mausoleum.
Right.
We chose the tunnels.
Yeah.
And not the ditch. I have a feeling they all probably lead back around.
They sure do, but it's like the items that you get along the way. You know what? We
would
made it to
be
the door.
missing.
I'm not going to go back.
No.
Our story has told us to go here. We look behind. We're like...
Yeah, we pretty much did everything out there. It's scary.
Because here's the thing. Game turns, this allows us to go back and redo things. Like, oh, maybe I should have done that. But you know what? In the moment, we decided we don't want to open the sarcophagus. We don't want to go down into that ditch. So, no. We're going to open the door and complete chapter 1. Right? Is that what it says?
Keep all inventory items.
I think we've got some good items. We've got our water still, the sword, the swirly thing, the satellite, this wooden dowel.
And our pocket knife still.
And our trusty pocket knife.
And 1 premonition.
And our danger meter still.
I know,
very
stop.
bottom.
We won every check.
Let's not raise it at all, right?
I'm glad that wasn't a check.
Me too. All right, so that's the first episode. Okay,
Awesome.
I get it. Pretty cool light story. This is a light episode. And
we didn't run into those dogs yet, so I'm just happy.
That's true. We stayed out. We stayed out of the danger of the hedge maze, right? Now we're about to enter the house of danger. So we welcome you back. If you enjoyed yourself in this episode, just like we did, to continue on, and let's see what happens once we actually enter the house.
Okay.
All right. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time.